Okay, round two, I figured out how to turn the sound off, and we have the choice again. We'll play first, and quickly mulligan this. And this hand is pretty awkward. Go to 5, or how do I look at my... Does it not let me easily look at my deck anymore? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Oh, this feels pretty awkward. I need black for like all my 2-drop creatures. Do I want to go to 5? I mean, currently I can't play anything in this hand, but I'm building towards an edict. Am I going to do better at 5? Maybe. I can't really do anything with this hand. I'm going to mull to 5. Oh, it's pretty keepable, actually. Believe it or not. I mean, we don't have our blue source, but can do some other stuff. Okay, play a swamp and F6. What are we up against? Green. Alright. It's a good draw. Can't do the far yet, but certainly can do that away. Plus having the toil is kind of nice too. But we're definitely going to start with Mr. Kingpin's pet. Feels like the right obvious choice to me. Centaur's Herald. Alright. That's actually not that bad. We've got all the answers in the world for that. Alright. 6-drop Merciless Eviction. Looks a tad bit awkward, but it's okay. I love me some Kingpin's pet. Looks like that last second Kingpin's Pet edition was a good choice. Let's see if he just leaves the 3 mana open. That would be the best. And also a mana off the top would be pretty close to the best. I mean, it probably is in his best interest to just crack it now. Maybe not. Maybe he wants to get some more creatures out there. But that's actually okay too, because eventually we'll be able to bounce it. But if he just leaves the mana up and uses it to sack for the Herald, I'll probably just... I guess I can still wait. It doesn't matter. So ideally we get a blue source off the top. That's going to make the decision a little bit easier for me. Alright, Greenside Watcher is pretty good. Now I kind of want to just... Yeah, now I kind of just want to toil myself here and extort. Me. So I only lose 1 life and I get to draw 2 and he loses a life? It's not so bad. No blue source yet. It's a little bit uncomfortable. But slowly working towards that Merciless Eviction, so I don't mind being on that plan either. Maybe he commits a lot to the board. People typically don't play around sweepers until they see them. Cracking back for 2. No follow-up. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of cool actually. Could kill both his guys. But then I can't extort. Might still be worth it. I mean, we'll wait for now. Let's just Devour Flesh him and extort. Get a little damage prevention in there, get a little extortion. Eventually, once we get our blue source, the far and away is going to be a lot more brutal. It's got our 2-for-1 value written all over it. Okay. Go to 15. Blue source. Interesting. Oh. Value. Guy's living in Value Town. That's okay. Let's get a blue source here. There it is. Yeah, so we're gonna blindside him with that one. I guess he does have blue technically, so should I be playing around counter spells? That's a pretty good question. I mean, I don't want to play around some crafty answer he's got. Let's just do this now. Still get to extort. We've got the merciless eviction for when and if stuff gets hairy. Ooh, Opal Lake. Alright. That guy does things. Alright, no plays. That's good. Ooh, pilfered plans too. I think we want that Sprite plus extort. We're on the beatdown plan. Whoa. Car alarm going off outside. Hopefully my neighbors figure that out. There it is. I guess I couldn't pilfered plans anyway, could I? We definitely want him to either not play anything or build his board huge. That guy's a pretty big deal. You can just keep doing that. Makes sense. It's okay. Got some outs to it. Stealer. Yeah, we can actually chump with Stealer. And we're still just beating in from above and extorting. And it kind of keeps his mana occupied. I mean, he is netting cards too. I can afford to take one. Well, but he has the block too. Let's pilfered plans ourselves. I can afford to take one. Who knows? Maybe I draw the island. Not that I would necessarily. Oh wait, I milled myself. I always forget. Milled 2 good cards, but actually somehow I managed to get. That's kind of funny actually. I managed to get value off of my. That's actually hilarious. All right, so we're gonna do it on the Sprite now. That's really, really funny. So I accidentally, I just accidentally milled myself for value. And actually have a, the funny thing is the Paralyzing Grasp, I can play on the Species Gorger and then he's got to bounce the Species Gorger. Rune Wing. Alright, that's a little bit better. And Stealer, also good. Alright. Void Wielder was an awesome draw. Yeah, I think we just bounce the Rune Wing. Get in for massive amounts of damage. Get in for 6, which is certainly a significant amount of damage. I think we've got him next turn. I mean, he's got to do something pretty good here. He can play Stealer and Runewing again? No, I guess he can't. How did he do that last turn? I'm missing something. Oh, he does have 4 mana here. Never mind. So I think... Wait, that doesn't work. No, it does. It does. Okay. So I'm assuming he's just going to do the same thing he did last turn. I'm going to take... I guess he could have multiple pump spells. Wait. Yeah, he's got 6 cards in hand. I mean, we know what 3 of them are. Let's just block. That's okay. No reason to take unnecessary risks. Still have the Paralyzing Grasp for the Species Gorger. And we still have Extort. So I'm pretty sure we have him dead. Yes. Okay, so we did just win. That's good. Here's what we do. Play a spell. And swing. Alright, got game 1. So we're playing against Bant. Pretty good value in there. Species Gorger did some work on us. Let's bring this thing up a little bit. That was on a Moldify too. It's pretty impressive. I don't think got anything that's really standing out as better in this match necessarily. So let's just I guess Paralyzing Grasp looks a little bit worse against Species Gorger since he can just bounce whatever. I do that too, but might still be worth it. Otherwise, it's maybe a Mortis Strider for infinite blocks, but that's pretty clunky and slow. Restore the Peace isn't bad. Restore the Peace isn't that bad. Albeit slow. It's also Vizcopa and Maw, but let's just try this again. Alright, game 2. Looks like an excellent hand to me. All of our land, spells we can play, besides the Merciless Eviction, but that could be very valuable later. We're going to keep it. Usually people play first in this format, but every once in a while you get blindsided. Alright, he's playing first. Swamp, go. No 2-drop? Alright. Ooh, well, we do. Gotta love that Tavern Swindler. Krakenura. Krakenura is pretty good. Could just kill it now. I mean, it's not like it's not going to be annoying later. Can also bounce it later, but I don't know, man. 3 toughness. Also, I mean, I guess I could play Stealer. I don't really like that all that much either. I do have Edict eventually for Krakenura. Also have Edict for later stuff too, though. I think Devour Flesh for Krakenura is a pretty good trade. I mean, Devour Flesh typically what hits their first creature. So when their first creature is a evolved creature that hasn't evolved yet, I feel like it's probably worth it. Could have played Stealer too, but then he would have most likely just evolved. And then I would have had a little more difficult of a time. Well, that's a much better Void Wielder target. And he currently can't block the Tavern Swindler either, so. Alright. Looks like he missed his land drop, which I dig. Maybe I get a Fatal Fumes off the top. Wouldn't mind that. Alright, missed his land drop. Let's try and capitalize here. Land? No? Okay. Can't attack. That's okay. So we're going to Sewer Shambler here, which I can attack with next turn. And then buff my guy up. My Stealer. Who I imagine is good when he's buffed up. Alright. We're just a mana away from taking care of that threat. Found his land. We found ours as well. Alright, I think it's pretty good time for Void Wielder. Had the counterspell? No way. Pretty brutal. Brutal and necessary. Alright, getting in with Sewer Shambler. Mm-hmm. Did not play around the counterspell. I will say that. I did not anticipate the counterspell. Oh, well, Kingpin's Pet's pretty sweet. Let's get that little badass out there, huh? Chillin'. Alright, taking it. It's got to have a pretty good duder here. Scab Clan Charger. That's not going to do it. Alright. Looks like we swing with Kingpin's Pets and play Glider. I like that. We don't get to extort, but we get multiple bodies. We can block. Feels good. Then I can start scavenging after that. I mean, maybe I want to commit less stuff to the board, but I don't know. I'm feeling it. Feels right to me. He's got to deal with these flyers immediately. I still want to scavenge on the Kingpin's Pet to play around his... He does have white in there, so maybe he's got Selesnya Charm. Could have... I mean, we know he's got Rune Wing, so that effectively makes it so I can still attack with Kingpin's Pet and the Glider. Yeah, like Rune Wing doesn't really matter. He can't really attack. Could just exile it, but I'd rather just swing into it. So we'll get in for 7. That's pretty huge. I feel like he kind of has to block here. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have to, but it kind of behooves him to, since he gets to draw a card and he's looking for his white source, you know? Alright, he wisely blocks. Gets to draw a card, and we're passing. Gate, so maybe he's got the Ceruli Gatekeepers, but that's actually not that huge of a deal. Buys him a turn. Greenside Watcher, not that big of a deal either. If he attacks with Centaur, I'd double block, yeah. He didn't have a trick that one turn, so stands to reason he wouldn't have another one. Alright, that's pretty sick. Let's get in his Pet and the Glider yet again. And drop another Glider. With Extort, no less. Alright, sweet. Took the match. I shall see you in the finals.